everyone. Today is a very exciting day. We are gonna go to the Ecuagenera Pop Up that is here in Brooklyn. I've gone for the past 2 years and I'm gonna take you along with me. So let's go! Ecuagenera is a nursery from Ecuador, and they will make various stops around the US, other countries, and import rare plants that are native to Ecuador, but not to other parts of the world. So you can get rare anthuriums, rare philodendrons, monsteras, syngoniums, etc. If you are a rare plant collector, you either have to visit a place and import it yourself or pay to import it, and it is just more difficult if you do that. By Ecuagenera coming to New York City in this case, you can buy plants with fully established roots that have already been acclimated to the US. You don't have to pay for something called a phytosanitary ticket, because when you bring plants or any living organism from another country, it can potentially bring pests, invasive species that are detrimental to your existing country's ecosystem, which is why oftentimes in the US, you can only import or bring plants that are bare roots. So there's no substrate soil that is coated in the roots. It has to go through sanitizing. There is lots of chemicals that are used in order to sterilize the plant. That, in a nutshell, is what we are going to see today. The goal today is not to buy anything, but we'll see. A lot of the plants I already bought in my collection are actually from there. So I've imported primarily from Indonesia and Ecuador. And I tried when I was in Chile to go and get like rare plants, but the climate in Chile isn't as tropical, it's more multi-seasonal. That is where we're going today. It is at this plant store called Brooklyn Horticulture, which is in Park Slope or South Slope, can't remember. One of the slopes. Ethan and I are going to go and bike there and hopefully stand in line a little bit so we don't have to wait for like an hour or two, which is what I did last time. If I see something and the price is right, I'm not gonna hold myself back, you know? Funny, the first time I went to the pop-up, it was like at this dry cleaners. It was a little scratch. It was in the Bronx, and there was hardly any space to move around. Whereas Brooklyn Horticultural, it is more spacious, and they also limit the number of people that are actually going to be in the store. I also bribed Ethan free lunch to go with me and help me film. I am a sucker for anthuriums, the beautiful velvet leaves, but they are so difficult to take care of. It's a problem actually for me. I keep on killing a lot of mine, but I do propagate them, so if I do kill, I usually have one backup. But my GRWM is the one that I even killed the backup. It's supposed to rain today. I hope not, because we're biking. But I guess we'll see. Do I look like a bronze goddess or what? So my hair is everywhere and nowhere all at once. I'm gonna continue to do my makeup, and I'll probably speed it up so that you don't have to watch it. One final spray. Let's get ready to go out.
We just finished biking. We got here maybe 20 minutes earlier than it opens, and there's already a line. I'll show you. If you can kind of see. Okay, we're finally toward the front of the line. Ethan's right over there. So hopefully in the next couple of minutes, we'll be able to go on through. This is what I want, but I want a better, but it doesn't look the best. He's getting me a anthurium Bessier from the basement, the one I wanted. So yeah, he has more plants down there. So he said for me to wait. He's gonna bring them out. Thank you. That's so cute. Which one do you think I should get? This one or this one?
I don't know how to read plants. Go for the one with
most leaves? I'm like,
better chance of
survival. Talk about a conundrum. Okay. Finished getting my haul right here. It's an anthurium Bessier. Bessier? I don't know. But I have been waiting to get this plant for the last year because it's usually a hybrid and this one is an original species. So I'm very, very excited about it and I'm glad I didn't buy any more plants. I felt like my mantra going in was, you don't need more plants, you don't need more plants. But we just got one, so I call that a win. All right, I will see you all later. Just finished our outing. We are back home. I have my haul. OT, did you miss us? Oh! Odie boop, we're home and I'm going to show you how I clean off any new plants I get, even if it's from another country, if it's from Home Depot, any of this will work for you because you don't want to infect your home-based plants with any potential pests. First, I'm gonna get my little tray, put it over here, because we are going to remove the soil, because we're not sure what is in there, and I have my own chunky mix that I'd like to use. With clean hands, I'm going to take this baby out. I'm just gonna be very gentle with it. Take out all of that soil. Careful about the roots because you don't want to break them. You can see some of the roots are gorgeous. They're like a beautiful white color. I don't sense any root rot. Now I'm gonna rinse this off and I will be right back. Now that I've washed these roots out, I want to see whether or not the plant has root rot, and judging from the color of the roots, the texture, it's not stringy, the outer casing isn't coming out, these roots are perfectly healthy. Now put this in a hydrogen peroxide water mixture just to sanitize it of anything. I'm also going to get rid of this soil over here so that I have a clean surface to work with. Get my container, put it right over there, place my plant inside. Do a 4-to-1 mixture see that? Let that soak for about 4 to 5 minutes, and I'll be right back. Now that it's been several minutes, I'm going to take it out and get to planting. Take my super chunky soil mixture. This is regular cactus soil, but I add a whole bunch of other stuff. Orchid bark, rice hulls, charcoal chips, and additional perlite so that it is super, super chunky. Self-watering planter, fill it a little bit with soil. Of course, there's no way for me to keep that clean. I'm gonna hold it up like this. Add a bit of the insecticide so that it has some bit of protection. I finished putting on some earthworm castings. Now there's just one final step. Take a microfiber towel. Sorry, my hands are gross. And I'm gonna take some neem oil. This is the one I use. Just gonna gently wipe down each of the leaves. You're gonna wanna make sure that you do the front and the back side of those leaves. I'm doing the front side first. Now I'm gonna do the back. Another helpful tip when you're purchasing a plant from any store, always check the roots to make sure that there are healthy roots. You can do that by lifting it from the nursery pot, but also you want to check out the leaves, the front and the back leaves, because if there are any insects on them, that means they might have pests, and that means that it might not be the best plant. Okay, there you have it. That is the rare plant that I purchased from the Ecuagenera Pop Up store, all ready to go. Another thing that I'd keep in mind is not putting this new plant immediately with the rest of your other plants, just in case there are pests, you're not going to move them and infect so many other plants. So what I usually do is I will leave this far away from my other plants, but let it still get some sun because there is going to be some amount of shock. Because this is an anthurium, it's an aeroid that needs higher humidity, I put it in one of my prop boxes and isolate it. So I'll show you how I exactly do that. Okay, and there you have it. This is good to go. I'm going to put it somewhat close to the window, not so much because it doesn't need the brightest of light, but it is staying the hell away from my other plants for a couple of weeks. Just enough time for me to monitor if something's going on. There you have it. That was my day's worth journey over to the Ecuagenera Pop Up. I hope you enjoyed it. It was very fun for me to do. And Ethan got a kick out of being a videographer for the morning. He is so tired, he's actually asleep on our sofa right now. But regardless, if you liked today's video, hit the like button. If you want to see more of these videos, hit the subscribe button. Join the fam. I'd be so happy if you did. And if you have ideas on more videos you want to see, comment down below. With that, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. I really, really do. And I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye!